Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6 o'clock. I will go ahead and call our regular scheduled council meeting for the month of November to order. And before I pass it on to Councilman Jackson, I want to offer my congratulations to council members Halter and Garten for being reelected. And congratulations and welcome to Councilman Mack for joining council in District 1. Congratulations. Councilman Jackson, I'll let you start off with the invocation and pledge of allegiance, sir. Young, come on and join me out here, please, sir. I'm doing good. You want our excellence over
Mr. James Young from the Parks and Recreation Department was nominated by two department heads for this honor. Amy Evans, Parks and Recreation Director, as well as Judge Jamison, our Chief Municipal Judge. From Ms. Evans, Mr. Young maintains the downtown area among many others and is dedicated and a hard worker. He has built relationships with the public and is well known by all in the area. He always has a positive attitude and goes the extra mile. He is the first to sign up to work events or fill a need. He also calls our youth flag football games in the evening. And this from Judge Jamison. Mr. James is the town employee we should all aspire to be. He is always prepared to greet employees and citizens with a smile and a gracious good morning and good afternoon. He is always willing to help anyone, as witnessed by him helping a citizen at the park looking for her house key that she lost while walking her dog. He can often be seen mentoring the younger members of his team with Parks and Rec, always showing patience and encouragement. His genuine kindness and good nature shines through and is a standard of what it means to serve our community and town. Congratulations.
Just real quick, Mr. Young, thank you so much for what you do. You embody the best of Somerville. That smile warms so many hearts in and throughout the town. And your work ethic, I know you're a young man. He's a young man, but he works circles around many younger men. His work ethic is the standard for excellence. So thank you so much for what you do. I appreciate you.
Next, under proclamations and resolutions, if I can have Miss Jenny Fitzini, staff and the Board of Keys to Change join us.
Thank you.
Whereas on a single night in January 2024, an estimated 771,480 people, about 23 per 10,000 U.S. residents, experienced homelessness, the highest number recorded since national counting began. And compared to 2023, total homelessness rose 18%, while veteran homelessness declined 8%, and nearly 150,000 of those counted were children. And whereas Town of Somerville planning documents note that 336 persons were identified as experiencing homelessness on a single night in the Low Country region in the 2023 PIT count, while recognizing actual need can be higher than one night counts indicate. And whereas Keys to Change, a Somerville-based nonprofit, has provided transitional housing and support services to over 1,000 unhoused men and women and is recognized as the county's only shelter of its kind. And Keys to Change is opening a new men's facility on a 3-acre site made possible by state, county, and town capital funds. And whereas the town of Somerville commends Keys to Change on its 10th anniversary and expresses gratitude for its dedication to helping Somerville and Dorchester County neighbors regain stability and independence. Now therefore does Russ Hutchberry, Mayor of the town of Somerville, along with the Somerville Town Council, hereby proclaim November 2025 as Homelessness Awareness Month. Next, Chief Lisa Collins. Whereas Native Americans have played a vital role in the life of our state, city, and country, with their many contributions enhancing the freedom, prosperity, and greatness of South Carolina. And whereas the Wassamasaw tribe of Varnertown Indians, a state-recognized sovereign nation based in Berkeley and Dorchester counties, has preserved the history, culture, and unique heritage of South Carolina's Native American people. The tribe continues to play an essential role in maintaining their ancestral traditions and enriching the cultural landscape of our town. And whereas the Wassamasaw tribe was historically known as the Somerville Indians and formally acknowledged as such by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in 1977, is among the Native American communities whose descendants still reside in Berkeley and Dorchester counties and across South Carolina today, preserving their legacy and traditions. And whereas the Wassamasaw tribe has a long-standing engagement with Berkeley and Dorchester counties in the town of Somerville, actively participating in discussions on land and cultural preservation and community development to ensure their needs and perspectives are incorporated into local governance. And whereas this proclamation serves as a testament to our commitment to honor, respect, and learn from the diverse Indigenous cultures that have shaped the identity of Somerville. Now therefore does Russ Hutchberry, Mayor of the town of Somerville, along with the town council, hereby proclaim November 2025 as Native American Heritage Month.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for what you do for our community.
Next, if I could have Steve Doninger and our local small business owners.
I'll scoot farther back.
Here, y'all can get right in front of you. Yeah, you can stand right in front of me.
Me too.
Want to be in the front?
Whereas small businesses are the backbone of our communities, providing unique products, services, and experiences that reflect the character and spirit of our neighborhoods. And whereas small businesses enhance our quality of life, drive local economic growth, and support charitable causes, schools, and local organizations. And whereas the spirit of entrepreneurship exhibited by small business owners is a testament to their determination, creativity, and resilience. And whereas by choosing to shop small, we empower entrepreneurs and help to sustain our vibrant community fabric. And whereas Small Business Saturday, celebrated on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, encourages consumers to shop locally and to recognize the value of small businesses as integral to our economic prosperity. Now therefore, Mayor Russ Hutchberry and the Somerville Town Council do hereby proclaim November 29th, 2025 as Small Business Saturday.
Thank you.
And we'll just encourage everyone to shop local throughout the year, not just on Small Business Saturday, but especially on Small Business Saturday. Shop local. Thank you, guys.
Next, we have Gray Thomas, the board members and volunteers for Help of Somerville.
Come on. Busy night. It's great. Fantastic. Come on now. Yes, sir. Somebody on the other side, yeah. Okay, there.
Whereas it was 50 years ago that Help of Somerville became a local nonprofit organization designed to help people in the Somerville-Dorchester County area who are in a crisis with emergency needs. And whereas Help of Somerville was established to provide emergency help with food, clothing, utility bills, rent, health needs, or with any life-sustaining service to those in need. And whereas Help of Somerville often assists people who have experienced a recent hardship until they can obtain more long-term assistance. And whereas funds used to provide emergency aid come from individuals, businesses, and faith communities throughout the Tri-County area and through various small grants. And whereas Help of Somerville fills a unique role in the community, providing immediate short-term assistance, whereas other agencies often struggle to respond as rapidly. Now therefore, Mayor Russ Hedgesbury and the Somerville Town Council, in recognition of Help of Somerville's 50th anniversary, do hereby proclaim November 3rd, 2025 as Help of Somerville Day and urge all citizens of Somerville to support this wonderful community volunteer organization as it continues to assist individuals and families in need, just as it has done over the last 50 years.
Thank you so much. And 50 years of philanthropy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Next, we have a special presentation, the Dignity Project Award, Mr. James Young.
Good evening. My name's James Young. I'm one of the members of the Dignity Project. For those of you that know about us, you know that we work very closely with Somerville Police. We're a group of citizens that come alongside to support and acknowledge things that are going on within the community and a sounding board for Somerville Police. We established what we call the Dignity Project Award for those officers that display the characteristics that we so think are desirable in any law enforcement officer. So there are a number of folks that were nominated by citizens. And as a result, we have those nominations here. And some of the Dignity Project members are going to read those nominations. So I'm going to let Angela Humphreys read one of them.
Good evening. This is a Facebook post mentioning PFC Martinez and reads as follows. I'm at my friend's grand opening and talking to a complete stranger about Somerville Police Department's SROs. Turns out we're both bragging to another lady about Officer Martinez, SRO at Austin Bailey. I already know she's an excellent officer, but this was even more impressive. I've heard about how she's a true role model and the kids connect and look up to her. Chief Wright, someone is doing an excellent job hiring and putting the right people in the right spot. That's Officer Martinez. I have had the pleasure personally of working alongside her. You are really short. This is way down here. I've had the pleasure of working alongside her many times, and I've always been very impressed. So well done. Thank you, Officer Martinez.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there any other Dignity Project members that are here that are not up here? Should have been. Okay, Brian, would you read one of them, please? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. All right. So this is a recognition from a supervisor for Anthony Daniel Lee. She said, "Hey, policeman, can I have a sticker badge?" I got out of the car and went into my lunchbox, which was in the back seat of my car, grabbed a sticker. I gave her the sticker badge and my chocolate chip cookies. I said to her, "What is your name, young lady?" She said, "My name is Charlotte." I said to her, "There is no way your name is Charlotte." She laughed and said, "Yes, my name is Charlotte." I was absolutely speechless and choked up. Her dad put a sticker badge on her shirt and I handed her my bag of cookies. She smiled from ear to ear. I asked her if I could get a picture with her. Her dad took my phone and snapped a picture. If anyone has been following my page, you know that we are hosting a ride for Charlotte, May 3rd, 2025, who is awaiting a heart transplant.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. Hey, Michelle, I'm gonna let you, see, not Danielle, did you? It's okay. No. Yes.
Good evening. I want to reach out about Officer Eric Stewart. As you know, in this profession, we get more compliments than complaints. Last night I worked with Officer Stewart, had a sex offender on GPS commit another crime of peeping Tom. Officer Stewart was eager, competent, and professional. It was nice witness. It was a nice witness and observe his good work. If you ever need anything, reach out. Erica Stewart.
Thank you. Thank you. We have some others that I'll read very quickly. This one is a letter that was sent to the chief regarding Officer Hamby. It says, first and foremost, I want to thank you for your kindness and patience with me this afternoon. It was really a nerve-wracking and stressful moment seeing the blue lights and being pulled over, but you helped me while, excuse me, while I struggled to be calm and focused. When I talked to my parents about everything that happened, they were thankful to hear that your professionalism and of your professionalism and compassion. I haven't been driving very long, and I know that every day is a new lesson, challenge, and chance to become a better and safer driver. I do not take the opportunity to drive and have a license lightly, and I apologize for having to witness the lapse in judgment while on my way to a match today. I know that took time out of your day and compromised your safety, my safety, and the safety of my teammates. I promise I will be better and spend more time making clear, safer choices on the road. Thank you for all your time and efforts today. Most importantly, thank you for showing compassion to this 16-year-old kid that needed to be reminded that it's a privilege to be an able driver. So thank you. Again, yes, please. As we read this is just a testament of the team that Chief Wright and Deputy Chief have put together. So I think we have gone through the majority of them. Danielle Martinez. Anybody do Mr. Stewart? Okay, Stewart. Okay. So, as I indicated, Dignity Project, when we established this is the first one of many. And we wanted to make sure that we recognize these men and women that do a stellar job within Somerville. And I think that all of you recognize that anytime you have an encounter with one of the Somerville police officers, it's typically a pleasant one, even when if you're someone like me that sometimes gets caught speeding, and I have to say mea culpa, they do give me a break. But these young men and women do an excellent job. They're here to serve us. And I think in all that they do, there's oftentimes we don't see the positive side of law enforcement. And I'll take a shot over the bow at media. They don't show the officers when they're out talking to the kids. They don't show the officers when they're out helping people, changing tires. Those are all things that these men and women do every single day to help the citizens of Somerville. So rather than delay this, the Dignity Project team really struggled trying to find one of these individuals that we felt really embodied all of the characteristics, not to take anything away from any of these men and women here, because they all do. But we wanted to recognize one individual. And there's one individual that we said clearly stood out for us. And if you will let me, I'm going to read the nomination that came from a citizen. Officer Christ, thank you for taking the time with this individual who was going through a tough patch. You could have simply responded to the call and taken a report, but the extra time you spent listening and explaining things made a huge impact on our life. Thank you for showing empathy and taking care of this citizen. So let me read to you what the citizen wrote. I just want to express my sincerest gratitude for Officer Richard Christ. At a very dark time in my life where I was having feelings of hate and distrust towards myself about the way I reacted in this highly edited online video. All of my information is now public, and I fear for my child's safety as well as mine. I have been receiving threats of violence, and I've even received death threats. Officer Christ gave me grace and showed me empathy by sharing anecdotal information about viral police videos that are edited online. He gave me support and guidance, and it genuinely felt like therapy. Honestly, this is exactly what we need in law enforcement, an unbiased officer who is there to generally help people in time of need, not further escalate an already stressful situation. Somerville PD is lucky to have Officer Christ in their employ. So, Officer Christ, if you would step up here, please. Okay. Okay. Let's see, we'll get the Dignity Project team out here. I'll come around. Dignity Project, I'd like to present this award to you. We're going above and beyond, demonstrating the characteristics that we believe are so important. Along with that, here's a gift certificate for Oscars. You can take yourself and your other person to dinner. Again, thank you for all that you do. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Next, we have approval of minutes of previous meetings.
Mr. Mayor, I move for approval of items A and B under approval of minutes.
Second. Okay, motion and a second to approve items A and B. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor, per section 2-106 of the town's code of ordinances, I would like to make a motion to alter order of business to immediately consider item 10D on the agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion and 2 seconds for that. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to send item 10D, amendments to UDO, chapters 8, 13, and 14 back to the Planning and Development Committee for further discussion at its meeting at the December 8th, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to move this item back to the committee on December 8th. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you.
Next is public comment for items on the November 13th Town Council agenda. First, I know you weren't planning on going first, Miss Diane, but everybody else bowed out before you. So Miss Diane Frankenberger.
I just wanted to make a comment about the town council. So I just made it very general. November is the month for giving thanks. And I just want to give thanks for you all. I want to give thanks to this town. I want to give thanks for county council and all the things that we heard tonight about this town. Somerville is not a great town because that implies ego, but it's something even better. It's a good town. And I want to thank you all for your goodness. And that's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is Mike Streckert.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Mike Strecker, retired architect and currently the second vice president of Somerville Preservation Society. In 1699, Daniel Axtell constructed a dam on the upper reaches of Bosho Creek, north of Newington Plantation. This dam provided water needed for Axtell's water-powered sawmill. From that point, Bosho Creek became known as Sawmill Creek. The dam and the mill, operating over 300 years ago, powerfully altered both the geography and economic landscape of the Dorchester region. The mill was not only an important provider of lumber, it was also an important local employer. Few people know the property at 6 South and Berlin Myers is most likely where the western edge of Axtell's Dam is. In fact, the mill was most likely located across Gum Street from this site. Although the site is not within the limits of the town's historic district, someone could argue that it is a historic site. Considering this history and the neighborhood's concerns and challenges, a title covenant is necessary for this property. This is a very common practice with HOAs, PUDs, and communities. In fact, Dorchester County recently used this exact process to ensure protections were in place for 500 North Main. Several months ago, a council member asked me why the Preservation Society always appeared before the council with negative things. I'm not speaking any real negatives tonight. In fact, I believe the Jewish Community Center would be a great solution for this site. I also believe we should put certain protections in place to ensure the site respects its neighborhood and history. I mentioned previously that this site's not actually within the border of the town's historic district. However, its proximity could still serve as an example to illustrate an opportunity for a procedural change in the town's process for development. While we all know that Somerville is nowhere near as large as Charleston, we can certainly take a lesson from that city that is well versed in historic preservation. Rather than having a developer or any entity considering building anything other than single-family residential building within the historic district, meet with the town staff and move forward for rezoning, let's revise our process to have the developer meet with the neighborhood before bringing a zoning change to the council. This is where the Preservation Society could provide a service for both the neighborhoods and the town. Working as part of the existing technical review committee, along with the neighborhood and the developer, the Preservation Society could become the bridge between the world of historic preservation and the town's goal of attractive development and redevelopment as outlined in the town's community vision plan. Let's work together in the open rather than a vacuum as we so often do. Thank you.
Peter Gorman.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and special welcome to Councilman Mack tonight. Now, I've managed some campaigns for town and county council, but I have to say, I have never seen a margin of victory of 80%. It's almost supernatural. I'd like to comment on 2 items on the agenda this evening. First, kudos to the staff for the proposed UDO amendments for the tree removal, encroachment, and mitigation requirements. We are losing 10% of our tree canopy annually, according to a recent study, and this is a big step towards future protection. My second comment regards the rezoning of the commuter lot at Berlin G and 6 South. The neighbors on the east side of the historic district experienced severe flooding in the South Gum block between East 5th and East 6th Streets in the summer of 2015 and 2016 hurricanes. The creek just north of the commuter lot drains Azalea Park and most of the historic district properties. Our UDO infill construction policy and the continuing loss of our tree canopy will make future floods worse. Last month, neighbors testified here that the Jewish Community Center would be a welcome asset to our neighborhood. But should fundraising efforts fall short, the new MX and MX zoning will allow future banks, restaurants, food trucks, ATMs, law offices, and martial arts studios, among other enterprises. We appreciate Councilman Jackson raising this concern at a recent Planning and Development Committee. We propose attaching a covenant to the title to exclude these uses as we are addressing potential flooding, traffic, parking, noise, and clear cutting of trees. While we would like to be included in the development plans for the JCC, multiple efforts to contact their representative have failed. Neighbors on the east side of the historic district feel blindsided by this proposal and believe we deserve the opportunity to meet with the developer prior to any rezoning or title transfer that could damage our neighborhood security and property values. Charleston routinely requires developers to meet first with the affected neighborhoods prior to seeking council approval. Somerville should do the same. We ask that you approve the second and final reading of this with a stipulation that the title include a covenant that allows the JCC to build their facilities, but restricts future commercial uses. We have prepared such a covenant and wish to enter it into the record for negotiation purposes. Thank you.
Christopher Lizzie.
Good evening. For those who don't know me, I'm Christopher Lizzie. I'm a local attorney. I live in Gadsden Manor by the Woodlands tract that this town again is attempting to sell. We were here in February after another needless attempt of having special meetings, lack of transparency, under the same guise of saying that, oh, the offers are going to expire. It's very convenient. It's too convenient. When our community came and opposed this last time, there was a vote of 6-0 to reject all offers. And in fact, we were told at that meeting that this would probably not happen for 10 more years. But here we are again. Lucky for the press and lucky for us to find out, because here we are, traffic density, property values dying. 2020, this town bought that tract for $6.5 million under the premise that they wanted to keep unwanted development away from the historic Woodlands mansion and preserve wetlands and put a public park. Where did that go? We need money. We need money to build another building, but we're going to take the lands that we have. Land doesn't go, that's all we have. We've already got new developments on Maple Street before the road even gets done. The traffic is terrible. We need transparency, and we need this town to stand up to what it tells us when it does something. We're only 5 years away from 2020 when you sat here and bought that for $6.5 million, saying that we wanted to keep unwanted development away from a historic area and preserve wetlands. We strongly oppose it, and that opposition will cost this town money also. And I ask this town to think very, very carefully before they backtrack on the promises that they made to the citizens of this town. I have been here for 40-some years.
Thank you, Mr. Lizzie.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Dennis Chickless,
Good evening. I'm here to ask a question on the status of the repair of the drainage of the pond in Gadsden that comes down from Woodlands also. Matter of fact, it all drains from all of Knightsville, comes down through that back area. And recently they found there's another leak on the southern, if you look at the dam to the right, there's another one that's failed. And the status, I know the town says they're going to be working on it. And they're supposedly spraying material into the leaking area. And I'm wondering what the status of that is before the new one.
We appreciate you coming. As you know, public comment is not a two-way conversation, but we'll have someone from staff get in touch with you following the meeting.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, that's all I have for public comment. Moving on to petitions. Item A, petitions by Dorchester School District 2 to annex TMS numbers 14400000015 and 058, located off of Greenway Boulevard and totaling approximately 4 acres and 1.71 acres respectively, currently zoned R1 Single Family Residential in Dorchester County and requested to be zoned PL Public Lands following annexation into the town of Somerville's municipal limits. This would be in District 4. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and made a recommendation for approval at its meeting on October 20th. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with a recommendation for approval at its meeting on November 10th.
Mr. Mayor, I would move for first reading of the petition.
Oh,
Petition.
Second.
all right, motion and a second to approve first reading. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, if we may just tell the public what the purpose of this will be for those who may not know.
Ms. Jessie.
These properties are just donut holes that need to be filled for public safety response purposes.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Pending bills and resolutions.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we take up items A, B, and C on the agenda for approval, recommend for approval.
I'll second.
All right, motion and a second for approval of second and final reading for items A, B, and C. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item D, second and final reading of an ordinance to rezone TMS number 13711090001, located at Berlin G. Myers Parkway, East 6th South Street and South Gum Street, totaling approximately 2.95 acres and owned by the town of Somerville, from PL Public Lands to NMX Neighborhood Mixed Use.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we postpone this item until December.
Second.
All right, motion and a second to move this item to the December meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor, I would move that we take up items E, F, and G together and recommend for approval.
I'll second.
All right, motion and a second to approve second and final reading for items E, F, and G. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Under introduction of bills and resolutions, item A, approval of a resolution to rename the town-owned building at Doty Park as the Aaron Brown Doty Depot.
I'll make a motion. We approve that.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Approval of a resolution in support of the inclusive, accessible, intergenerational, and family-friendly outdoor fitness and play spaces for people of all ages and abilities.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
A second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
First reading of an ordinance to amend the Town of Somerville Code of Ordinances, Chapter 8, Businesses, Article 2, Business Professional Licenses, Section 8-45, Suspension and Revocation of Licenses, and Section 8-46, Appeals to Council or its designee.
I'll make a motion. We approve that.
Second.
All right, motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Under miscellaneous, item A, approval of contracts with A1A Edifice for construction of the municipal public safety facility complex.
I'll make a motion. We approve that.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item B, approval of intersection improvements for South Laurel and Sumter Street. The Public Works and Committee on Water Supply voted to move the item to full council with recommendation for approval at its meeting on November 10th, 2025.
I'll make a motion. We approve that.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item C, approval of a site plan for Dorchester School District 2 bus maintenance facility at 286 Old Fort Drive, zoned PL. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with recommendation for approval at its meeting on November 10th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item D, approval of a site plan for a new gymnasium for Somerville High School at 1101 Boone Hill Road, zoned PL. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with a recommendation for approval at its meeting on November 10th, 2025.
Make a recommendation for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. I just want to reiterate, at our committee meeting, I have some real concerns about the stormwater management at that site. They do have a good engineer working on it, and I've spoken to their chief operating officer for Dorchester District 2, who is also very familiar with that site, haven't been the principal there for many years, but I do want to just ask our engineering department to take a very close look at that as the plans get developed.
Understood. I see Ms. Miley nodding her head. Thank you, Councilman. Any other discussion?
Is this something that we need to postpone until that is reviewed? Because if we approve that site plan as it is, then any possible concerns would go along with that.
I'll share my perspective. We still have the MS4 permitting process that would be underway as well as plan review. I feel like that will cover us.
Yeah, RMS4, Office of School Facilities and DHEC, so.
Okay.
A lot of reviews.
All right, any other items for discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item E, the mayor's appointment of the town administrator as the designee to hear a business license appeal and business license appeals until second and final reading of an ordinance to amend the business license appeals process is complete.
I'll make a motion. We approve that.
Second.
All right, motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
I'd like to just ask, is there a reason that we're having to do this?
So item C is changing our ordinances to read that the town administrator will be the first line of defense to hear an appeal, and then council will be the second. Until that time that item 10C is approved, this is just stating clearly that the town administrator is our designee to hear any challenges for business license revocation. There's no specific instance at this time.
Thank you.
All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item F, request to enter into a memorandum of understanding between the Somerville Police Department and the MSC Police Department to assist in training their newest motorcycle officer.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve item F. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Mayor, I don't have anyone else signed up for public comment, so next is executive session.
Mr. Mayor, I move we enter executive session for discussion of negotiations incident to a proposed sale of town-owned property. First. Are we doing these separate?
Yep.
Okay.
You have
I'll
a second?
second.
All right, motion and a second. I need to recuse myself for a potential conflict of interest on item A in executive session, so I'll pass the gavel to Mayor Pro Tem.
And I need to recuse myself from executive session item A on the agenda as well.
I have a comment I'd like to make. I didn't get to sign up. I make a comment. It's important for everybody to know.
Council members,
I'll go ahead and allow that. Since we didn't have anybody, but
go ahead briefly.
go ahead.
Mr. Quist.
Should we take action on the vote first?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay, let's take action on the vote. All
Yeah,
in
we have a
favor,
motion. Yeah, go ahead.
all in favor of after the comment of going into executive session for B.
Hey.
A first, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay, the ayes have it.
Good evening, Mayor Tutchberry and members of council. There again, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Mack being appointed to the council. My comment is, or a question rather, I think the public needs to update what's happening to the paving of Main Street. I'm hoping that you can give some updated information because for the last several weeks, I have not seen any activity as far as pavement is concerned. Are you willing to give us some comment on that?
We're not able to speak back and forth, but I will tell you, we have coordinated with SCDOT and we'll send out a press release tomorrow.
I didn't understand what you just said.
I think everybody's going into executive session. I'll be out here since I'm recused. I'll talk to you
Okay,
about that.
thank you.
About-
We're going to redo that vote, because we didn't, read out that entire of A, the TMS number.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Can we-
So
All right.
you wanna,
I will move to enter executive session for discussions and negotiations incident to pros sale of town-owned property, TMS number 137-00-00-002.
Second.
okay, we have a first and second to go into executive session for A, TMS.
Please note again, Mayor Pro Tem, that Council Member Johnson Wilson and myself are recusing ourselves from this.
Okay, all in favor of going to executive session?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it.
Well, oh, okay.
I'm so confused.